I just had my first week back to corporate, and here are my first thoughts. You might be a recent graduate who's looking for a job, or you might be someone who's been graduated for time and you've been looking for weeks, months, maybe even years, and you're wondering, what is it like to be back to corporate? What do you do in the interview process? And how do you get used to this new 9-to-5 life? Let's talk about it. While I get ready for my last shift at my retail job, because I have a 9-to-5 now. I need my weekends to myself. I don't have energy to be working on the weekends. So today is my last shift. We're going in with CeraVe face wash. By the way, I've made a list, and for anyone who knows me, this is nothing new. I'm a very organized person. So let's get into it. First of all, the interview process had been months until I had been hired. And I was interviewing other places as well. I was also freelancing and trying to make as much money as I could to get by. But eventually I did get hired. It was amazing. They had a virtual interview and an in-person interview at their office. I had to do an assessment, which a lot of people may have to do. And if you're not sure of what that is, that means that they just give you tasks to do. It's never for like a real thing. Like they'll never ask you to do work for like a real client or for their actual brand. It's just to see what you're capable of. And so I had to do that a lot for a lot of the interviews that I did this year. And of course, mine was amazing. Blew them out of the water, out of the park. I just hit it out of the park. It was awesome. They were very blown away. But still, they had to put a pause on hiring and filling the role. But eventually, I did get it. And so let's talk about why I got it, because I'm good at interviewing. And sometimes it's just disappointing when you put your all into interviewing and you're like, how did I not get that job? But let's talk about it. First of all, apply for the job, even if you don't think that you meet the requirements 100%. And Black women, I'm talking to you. Black women have this tendency to think that we're not, the best person for the job because we don't meet 100% of the requirements. But will a mediocre white man apply for that role and get it? Exactly. So apply for the job. Also, pad your resume. I've been a copywriter officially for the past 5 years. My first big girl job, I was a copywriter for 2.5 years, but I was also running my own small business, and I got a lot of my clients from social media. Even though they would fill out my contact form on my website, even though they would go to my website, it was either referrals or social media from whence they found me. And social media mostly, especially Instagram. So I was building my Instagram basically as a social media manager for the past 5 years. And this year, if y'all saw my post that's pinned to the top of my profile, I locked in with content. I'm like, I need to really go all in with the content game. And people took notice. I have so many DMs from people saying, I need to up my content game and be like you. Be like me. So I knew that I was doing good. So I added social media coordinator and content creator to my resume. And I showed all the things that I've been doing for my small business and my personal page as well, because I've grown it. I'm almost at 10K on my personal page. Like, hello. And that is just from this year. That's insane. So I put that on my resume. And the work spoke for itself, which brings me to my next thing. You need to build your portfolio. If you're a new student, that might be hard, it might be impossible, but you still need to find a way to show what you can do. So you can use yourself as a case study, whether it's your own social media, whether it's a brand that you create. It could be a fake brand. It's called spec work. That's what it is when you're creating work for a fake brand or a fake project for a real brand. It's a spec project. You can build your portfolio with that. That shows what you're capable of. And so I was able to use my own social media, both business and personal, as a case study. And that spoke volumes. It spoke for itself, and that also helped me get the job. Which brings me to the next thing that helped me get the job, my presentation skills. Going in with Laneige Cream Skin Toner. I'm very good at speaking. I've always been very good at public speaking. You need to be good at presenting because you need to be able to basically show yourself as a presentation and sell yourself. You need to blow them out of the water. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, if you're nervous about public speaking, let me give you a few tips. One thing you want to do is breathe and take your time. Like right now, I'm talking fast, but I'm used to public speaking. But if you talk fast, you'll fumble, you'll stumble over your words, and you'll start to look flustered. So take your time. Take it slow, breathe. It's okay. They are here for you to listen to you. It's okay if you take up their time, even if they have other meetings, even if they have other things to do. They're interviewing you to fill the role. They will make time for you. So take your time to breathe, okay? If you're speaking to people in person, you can, look them in the eye, which I know might seem awkward, but you're talking to someone. And if you look them in the eye, it's like, I'm trying to make you understand this. You need to hear what I'm saying. They will lock in. They will be locked in. So that is another reason to look them in the eye. Going in with the Tier Vitamin C Serum. Yeah, you want to be personable and warm. I have a really great smile. I've been complimented about it all my life, period. Subtle flex. And so I know that smiling And just doing it warmly, but also looking them in the eye always makes people feel good. By showing, of course, that I was good at what I do, but also showing that I'm a good person to be around. So being warm, being personable, try to make people feel accepted around you and safe. Even if you're not someone who's super energetic and bubbly and da-da-da-da, you can still make people feel safe around you. And having a warm smile, a calm tone, looking them in the eye, and just, like leaning in when it's appropriate, that will help them feel safe around you, and that will make them feel more comfortable enough to fill the role with you. Going in with the Haru Haru Wonder Hyaluronic Acid Serum. It's also anti-wrinkle, so good for me right now because I'm kissing 30. I want to quickly circle back to the resume though. Make sure that you are tailoring your resume for every single job. Look at what is actually in the job posting. Use that language and put it in your resume. So even if it's like basically the same thing as what you have in your resume, use the words in the job posting because those are keywords. It'll signal to the job posting board, whether it's LinkedIn or Indeed or whatever, that your resume matches the job description, because chances are when you're looking for a job, it'll say that there's like 100 applicants already or like hundreds of applicants. It might be a week old. And as someone who has friends in HR, they say that they will only look at 10. They will only look at the first 10. So even if your application is amazing, if you're number 17 and they don't look at you, oh well. But if they're, looking at the first 10, they're like, none of these fit, they look at the next 10 and you're in there. You're bettering your chances by having the keywords that are in the job posting. So that's one thing to do. But also look up your transferable skills. Like I said, I've been a copywriter for the past 5 years. That is like my trade. But I have been doing the work of a social media manager as well. So I looked up the transferable skills of a copywriter, and I also looked up the transferable skills of a social media coordinator and manager. And I'm like, I have been doing those things. I just haven't given myself the title. So I give myself the title and put all the transferable skills I have that work for social media for a social media role into my resume, because they work for copywriter and social media manager. It just worked. So look up your transferable skills and then make sure to use the keywords from the job posting in your resume. What's been hard to adjust to? I had a corporate job before this. I worked there for over 2.5 years, but it was during the pandemic that they hired me. So it was hybrid at first. Well, actually, no, it was remote work completely. And then it was hybrid, and they gave us the option to choose when to come in. But a lot of people moved far away during the pandemic, so they wouldn't come in if they didn't have to. Like I would only come in once a week, if that, because I just, it's easier for me to wake up at 8:45 and start working 9 downstairs, right? But I have to go to work every day, 9 to 5 in office downtown. I'm driving to work every day and driving home from work every evening. That has been an adjustment. I don't wake up early, and waking up at 6:30. The first day I tried to wake up at 6. Did not make that mistake again. I'm like, I can wake up at 6:30 and arrive for 9 with my hair and makeup done. So 6:30 is when I'm sleeping until. But I'm so tired. I have a coffee first thing in the morning, which also is not like, something that I usually do. I'm not a coffee drinker, I'm a tea drinker, but I have to have coffee just to get through the day. One thing I've noticed, do not have more than 2 cups of coffee, and do not have a cup of coffee past 1 p.m. because I was wired the rest of the night and I could not fall asleep, which made me tired the next day. Don't do that. Don't have more than 2 cups of coffee. Don't have a cup of coffee past 1 p.m. Also, don't just have coffee. If you can, get energy shots. I got some from Nature's Emporium, and it's a natural energy shot. I took that. That also gave me a boost throughout the day. But it's been hard to adjust to waking up early, being stuck in traffic in the evening. Like, luckily it's not too far, and it's kind of far. It's 47 minutes, max like an hour, which seems like a lot, but I was considering that it'd be like an hour and a half. Like, I was really thinking that it'd be so much worse. So I feel grateful, right? But still, like, sitting in traffic at night in the cold, and then your heater is blasting inside to keep you warm because it's so cold outside, you start to fall asleep. You get tired. And so by the time I get home, I am exhausted. I have no energy for anything. And I'm still doing my small business. I'm still freelancing, and I'm trying to, adjust to this, like, this week and see what it's going to be like, right? And I'm getting used to it now. But the first couple of days, I'm like, I can't. I need to go to bed. I'm so tired. And so I would push myself to stay up just a few more hours to get a few things done. And then by the time I go to bed, I'm awake again. And now I can't fall asleep. So it's been an adjustment. And also, I only got to do like a 7K walk on my walking pad this week, and that's all I've done for exercise this week. And I hate it. I've been so much more active, as y'all see from my November series in October, and I barely got to work out this week. Literally a 7K walk on my walking pad. It wasn't even really a workout. I am so excited. It's Saturday. I can finally work out today. I'm literally looking forward to going to the gym. And so if you have any suggestions on like how to do my stacking of my day, like should I wake up earlier and go to the gym, or should I try and figure out how to keep my energy up throughout the day so I can go to the gym after work? Because I want to be able to go to the gym. I genuinely am like really enjoying it now, and I want to be consistent, and I don't want this to mess that up. So if you have any suggestions, comment below, please. Now going in with Black Girl Sunscreen. And if you didn't know, you have to make sure your SPF sets for at least 15 minutes before you go outside or apply any makeup. So we're going to do body care after this, so we allow the SPF to set in. I love that I meal prepped on Sunday because I didn't have to worry about my meals. I can just warm up an omelet cup in the microwave. I had all my lunches taken care of and my dinners. Like, that was great. I hated it during the day. Like, I spent like 5-6 hours cooking, which probably it might not actually take that long, but it was my first time really meal prepping like properly for the week like that. And also I'm not a natural in the kitchen, so maybe it would take me less time if I, was really efficient about it. But didn't love it during the day. I felt like my entire Sunday was gone, but not having to worry about it during the week has been amazing. I loved it. So that's been great. I really enjoyed that. Don't forget your lips need SPF 2. We're going in with the Jack Black Lip Balm SPF 25. I put this on now so that I can do my lip tint or lipstick after on top, because we're not trying to have burnt out lips here either. I've always seen, people talking about, oh, the office is freezing, the office is freezing. The office is freezing. And I know it's winter, but like, we have, a few people in the office who are like, oh, it's so hot in here. I'm like, are you insane? I have a space heater on, 2 blankets on, and I'm still wearing a thick winter sweater, and I'm still freezing, and you're hot? You're insane. Like, just turn it up a little bit. Turn up the heat a little bit. You will be fine. You can turn on you can turn on a fan. I am suffering right now trying to do this work and hunched at the computer just like this. Like, no. Quick interlude and a moment for my breakfast banana smoothie. It's 2 bananas, 3 scoops of fiber powder, kefir, peanut butter, Nutella, and dates. Already it was an annoying start because apparently the bottom of the smoothie, the bottom of the blender, good Lord, wasn't screwed on properly, and all the milk that I poured in spilled everywhere. And I'm on a budget, which is something else I'm going to talk about in a second. Trying to work on my budget, and my grocery budget is $300 for the month. I luckily came under budget this first 2 weeks, so I'm on track to stay within my budget. I can't waste milk. I can't waste anything. So that was not great. A whole cup of milk gone. Was not happy about that. Was not happy about that. I'm gonna move on to body care, so I allow my SPF to set in for the next 15 minutes. So we're gonna do Jergens Hydrating Coconut mixed with Brown Sugar Babe hot chocolate, because I really wanna smell like a warm cup of hot chocolate mixed with Bailey's. Yeah, so we put that on real quick. Okay, body care is done, edges are laid. So let's talk about what I've been loving about being back at work. I love getting dressed up and doing my makeup, which is what I'm doing right now. I love looking pretty. It just makes me feel good. It gives me the energy to take on the day, and I feel like I can conquer anything. I love that. Being, a remote girly is nice for many reasons, but having to just be alone, even if you live with someone, like, you're not, bouncing ideas off of anybody. You're not surrounded by people. That's why I loved going to coffee shops to work for the day. But even if I work from home, like, I'm just always wearing sweats and never doing my makeup unless I'm filming content. Like, I love getting dressed up and looking amazing. I'm the fashion girly of the office already. They know. I've set the precedence. Also, they were so welcoming. Like, they really wanted me to take it slow this week. They're like, take it easy, just get set up and everything, get used to everything, do not dive in head first. And my boss, listen, I can tell, like, he knows that, us Black women, we tend to go above and beyond, and then when people see how much we can handle, they just pile on the workload, like, oh, she can take it. She can handle it. My mom deals with that at work. Like, her boss is just like, oh, Kiba, you got this. Not really considering, like, this is actually a detriment to her well-being, right? So my boss is very much like, do not go all in, because I don't want them to take advantage of that and take advantage of you. And I'm like, wow. He's looking out for me. Like, I'm very, very lucky to have the boss that I have. But like, everybody, like, I got to meet them. Like, they're all like, just get used to the departments, have a meeting with everybody for a quick, like, 20-30 minutes and get to know everybody and everything. So I'm still like doing that, but it's been nice because everyone's just like getting to meet me, and I already have all of these ideas, right? Because they have their own way of doing things, but I have a more organized way of doing things, which is another thing. You are more capable than you realize, because I'm doing all these things and they're like, wow, you this is so good. Like, you went above and beyond. Like, we don't do it like this. This is so much better. So you're probably more capable than you realize. Even if you're new, even if you're a recent graduate, I'm sure you are. So step with that energy into the job hiring process. By the way, I'm using the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue. I love this stuff. And the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. You can't go wrong with this stuff. And it's so cheap. Like, I could get something more expensive, but it works. And my makeup don't move, so why would I get anything else, you know? Underpainting with 2 concealers. I've honestly yet to find one that I love. So right now I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me and the CoverGirl True Blend for like my highlight shade, and this is like my like base shade, I guess. But as I've, been back to work, I just honestly want to commend all the parents in the room. All the parents watching this right now, I don't know how you do it. I could not come home from work, be exhausted, tired, sat in rush hour traffic. I just want to sleep on the couch. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to move. And your children had the audacity to forget to take the chicken out of the fridge. Are you kidding me? The fact that y'all come home and do a second job of being a parent is amazing. I commend you. I commend my mother. She deserves so much more credit than she gets. Like, I already think that she's like heaven on earth. Like, I love my mom. She's the best. Like, she's like literally the best mom in the world. Everyone knows that I have the best relationship with my mom. I love her. I love you, Mom. If you're watching this, you're the best person in the world. I commend her, and anybody watching this who has kids, I commend you, because I could not do it. I am exhausted. And I know it's my first week back, so I still have to get used to it. But I genuinely, like, I was also just thinking about the fact that, like, I have a brother and sister. They're young. They're like 11 and 7. So I kind of feel more like an auntie than a sister to them, honestly. And I was just thinking about how, like, with the standardized tests that happened in Ontario, if you don't know about this, they just did some standardized tests and the results were sad. They were so bad. Like, the kids are not all right. They don't know math. They barely know how to read. And I was so worried because the grades that did the standardized test, my sister is in that age bracket. And I'm like, do I have to do the workbooks with you? Because when I was growing up, my parents did the workbooks like with me. Like, they would buy them from like Chapters, now Indigo, and they were grade books, and they would have ones on math and science, English and social studies. I had to do them on the weekends. I could not just do my schoolwork. And I sincerely believe that helped me be the person I am today with the intelligence I have. And I honestly think I could be so much smarter. And so the standard of education that is happening because the government has defunded education, amongst many other things, I am so worried for their future. My sister less so. Like, she of course is like glued to her screen, but not as much as my little brother. My little brother is an iPad kid through and through. He is glued to that screen. If I ask him to do something and he's watching TV, he's like watching and like doing it on literally 0.1 speed. He is not able to do 2 things at once, let alone tell me about his day. I literally asked him, I was watching them for the week. I asked him, what did you do today? He could not tell me. Not even recess. He could not remember. I am worried for the children. And so I'm actually just like thinking about like how hard it is to be a parent. And I'm like, I low-key want to like take on a little bit of responsibility with my brother and sister. I kind of low-key want to build a curriculum for them. Like, I literally want to build a curriculum that's not like what's happening in those workbooks that I used to do, like that my parents would buy from the store, but like also like life stuff. Like, you need to know about the stuff in Jamaica that they don't teach you in schools. You need to know about the true history of the indigenous community and what this country really did to them, because they don't teach you enough about that in school. They will not teach you enough about that in school. I want to like really teach them stuff that they need to know about the world. And I low-key want to build a curriculum, but that's a lot of work. But parents do it every day. So why can't I, you know? But it's also like not my responsibility. I know, like, I'm not their mother. I'm not their parent. I'm their sister, but I'm also their big sister. And I want them to have a good upbringing. And this is selfish, but I don't want to have dumb siblings. Like, I don't want to be the person who, you know, has a brother and sister that I have to look at like, you know, like, I don't want that. So I low-key want to build a curriculum for them that will equip them a little bit better to really like understand the world, because there's so much misinformation. And with the way things are going in Ontario, and honestly this entire country, they are not trying to build a future of you know, with their children right now. That's free thinkers. They are trying to build a future with followers that will work with mindlessly just to support their bottom line. And I don't want my brother and sister to fall prey to that future. So I want to build a better future for them, with them. And so that's what I'm considering. So I wonder what parents are doing, because like I'm literally just thinking of like going to Indigo, looking at the books for the grade that my brother and sister are in, starting to build a curriculum and actually build like a textbook. And like every week, like I can't see them every week, but you know, the weeks that my dad has them, which is every other week because they go to their mother every other week, just be like, hey, tell them to do these pages, and then they have to present it to me at the end of the month, everything they've learned. And I want to like teach them like proper like reading comprehension, because you've seen those videos about, you know, becoming disgustingly well read and educated, and there's so many tips in there that like I never learned. Like when you first read something, write it down on a sticky note or on the page or whatever, so you can put it into your own words so you're really comprehending it. Go back 3 days later, and then 9 days later, and then 30 days later, so you remember what you read, like actually remembering what you read. All the stuff that I'm seeing on these TikTok videos are so helpful, and I never learned this growing up. I wish I had, because I was good in school, but I didn't test well because the way that I was studying did not support me actually retaining the information. I barely remember anything from school. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I know that. I was in IB French, which is AP French for those who didn't do IB. I barely remember any French. Bonjour, comment ça va? Ça va bien et toi? Mais, poulet, I barely remember any French, which is sad. Like I should be able to remember more. And so reading comprehension is very low. And if that's low, then memory and like recall of what you're actually reading will be worse. So I really want to help them, because those screens are frying their brains. It really is that damn phone. It really is that damn phone. I am so worried for them. So I'd love to hear what, you know, parents that are going above and beyond are doing. How are you making sure that your kids are actually like remembering what they read? And like, how do you like support and supplement what they're doing at school? Because again, what they're doing in school is not enough, as we've seen from the results of these standardized tests. What are we doing about the whole Netflix buys Warner Bros and HBO situation? Because that is going to create a monopoly that's going to ruin us. Prices are going to be through the roof. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, guys? I'm genuinely concerned. Like, do we quit Netflix? Because, you know, there's always those sites where you can find anything. But what do we do? Because I'm genuinely like, I'm concerned, for one, that the prices are going to go up, but also like theatrical releases, I feel like they're going to die. Are we ever going to get DVD releases of movies? Because I still have a DVD player and a VHS. And if, you know, streaming and cable TV goes the way of the dinosaurs, I want to be able to still play a movie on my DVD player. But will that cease to exist now? Like, I'm genuinely concerned. Also, what are we watching? Right now, I'm watching It Welcome to Derry every Sunday. It's been so good. And then Abbott Elementary, and then Ghosts. But then I still have Monday to like Wednesday, nothing to watch. And I know that Percy Jackson season 2 is coming out soon. Stranger Things is, they split it up, which is another reason why I'm pissed at Netflix. Why would you do that? 4 episodes in 3 than 1, just put it all out. You are not Harry Potter. Just play the whole damn season. It's so annoying. I was so angry when they did that. Now I have to wait till Christmas for the rest. But yeah, I have nothing else to watch. And I literally, like, all of my favorite shows, like, where are they? Like, Fallout, I just saw the trailer on Prime. It looks so good. I cannot wait. But also, like, From, if you guys have never watched From, oh, y'all need to watch it. It is the best show on TV. And basically, let's just glom streaming into cable TV now, because basically the same. It is the best TV show. I binged that shit in 3 days, and it was right before the new season came out. So then I was able to watch the next. Oh, it is so good. The storyline, the acting. And I'm not a person who likes horror, but all the stuff that's been coming out from horror lately has been so good. And I just saw this Black Girl's TikTok about the history of horror movies. And the stuff that we've been getting lately, I'm just like, I'm eating it up. Like, the studios are really giving us like the best stuff. But I have nothing else to watch. So what are you guys watching? Like, give me new shows to watch. Like, I love sci-fi. Love a good sci-fi show. And just to give you context about some of the shows that I've watched, one of them was The Silent Sea, which is actually a Korean sci-fi show. And I find that Korean productions are really good at doing thriller and sci-fi. So if you can recommend any other ones, let me know. But The Silent Sea is a good one on Netflix. Sense8, which is also on Netflix. That was a really great show, and they canceled it. But everybody was in an uproar because it was so good, and they gave us a movie to end it off. So at least there was that. But that was also a really great show. Also, I love Silo. I read the book series because of the show. That has never happened before, where the show is so good it makes you want to read the book. It's always the book before the show. That is a really good Rebecca Ferguson. I'm so glad you produced it because it's amazing. I started watching Dark, but I didn't finish it, so maybe should I finish it? You let me know. I still haven't seen the latest season of Black Mirror, but I've heard like mediocre things and reviews about it, so I don't know if I want to. I still haven't seen the new season of Sandman. Should I watch it? The Three Body Problem, also something that made me buy the book, but I bought the whole series. I haven't finished the first book because it's honestly so hard because of the science. Like, it's genuine science, and it's like, I'm really like, it's taking me a minute to wrap my brain around, but the actual story is good so far. It's just taking me a minute. But that new season is coming out soon. I don't know when, but I cannot wait to see that one. $18.99. Why did they cancel it? What is with all of these streaming platforms canceling the best shows? Pisses me off. You don't give us enough time to really appreciate it, and it could be amazing if you let us like just have the moment, but like you expect us to just watch it all at once. People don't do that. Like, you need to give people time. Like, streaming executive vice presidents and whatever, like, y'all need to chill. Like, you really think that people are just gonna be on all the time? We have a life, we have things to do, we have to work for you. Or makes you think we can watch something right away in the release? Like, give us a minute, please. I watched Lost in Space. That was pretty cute. Another Life. That's what I love that show. That was a really good show. So just to give you context, those are the kind of sci-fi shows I like. Love a comic book adaptation. Like, I loved Peacemaker, and I loved DC and Marvel and all that stuff, so those are cool. I do like a comedy, obviously. I'm starting to love thrillers, so basically, if you can recommend anything that I can watch, it can be on Netflix, Prime, Crave, Disney Plus, Apple TV. By the way, in between these clips, I'm watching YouTube on my phone, and that's another thing. I will watch a YouTube channel. Like, I love Try Not to Eat, People versus Food. I love that channel, love watching it. I love New Rock Stars and Screen Crush and Heavy Spoilers for like breakdowns of shows. Like, I watch them every week for It Welcome to Derry, for shows for like, you know, like Peacemaker and Superman and stuff like that. I always watch their breakdowns. I watch their trailer breakdowns. So I'm into that stuff as well. When From comes back, every single episode, I'm going to be going to their YouTube channels right after to watch the breakdowns. I love it. But I also love like edits. I love funny YouTube edits, like from like people doing press junkets. So like, for example, right now it's the Stranger Things press junket. I've been watching a lot of those edits. I don't really watch vlogs like that because it feels like a podcast, and I don't listen to podcasts. It's never been my thing. But I'm trying to actually watch it for market research reasons. And so I'm going to be watching Crystal Nicole's about her moving out day. I'm going to watch, what's her name? Talia Joelle. I watch her for her Comfort Core series, and she's like so hot. Like, her body is a body I aspire to have. I don't know if I'll ever be that skinny. I was skinny at one point, but I basically was starving myself because I was depressed. So I don't know if I can ever get back to that body again. But I'm going to be watching her. Of course, Monet, Justine's Camera Roll, Jackie Aina. Like, I watch all those people. So if you can recommend me other YouTube channels to watch, cool. But I really want TV and movies. Like, that's my main focus. But I'm open to any of your recommendations for TV, movies, YouTube channels. Let me know. I'm down to hear everything. Y'all comment below. Time to pop on my hair. If y'all thought that this was my actual hair, you're so sweet. No, it's not. It's a wig. Literally, my boyfriend's sister asked me the other day when we were all out, like, your hair looks so good. Is it crochet? I'm like, no, it's a wig. She's like, what? I'm like, it's a wig. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's a wig. It's a half wig. I got it from BMG hair, but like when I tried to find the exact link, I couldn't. I think like they always like change it or take it down or something. But yeah, it's a half wig. So I just braid down the front, or rather my roommate braids down the front because I still cannot braid. Still cannot braid my own hair. She braids down the front so it looks nice, or I put it in like a bun in the front, or I do like the twisty things that kind of resemble a cornrow but aren't, because again, I cannot braid. And then I just pop it on, and there you go. You got hair. I'm getting my first weave next week. And then after that, I'm probably going to get braids, and I need to figure out like what's going to be like my hairstyle, because doing my hair is going to take so much time in the morning and like even on the weekends, and I just don't want to do that. I just want to braid it back and then just pop on a wig, or have my weave, or have my single braids, and that's it. So I need to figure it out. I'm hoping that I really love the weave that I'm getting. It's a sew-in, a versatile sew-in, so I can like have like side part on both sides and the middle part, and it's like my leave out in the front, right? But I've never had a weave before. I've never had my hair braided down and then they sew the tracks in, and I'm worried that I'm gonna be like itchy and all that stuff. So I am worried, but it's a good price, and I got a good deal on the bundles because my friend, luckily, she has a connection. So I don't know, we'll see. I cannot wait to get my nails done. This is what I'm getting for the holidays. Simple, hopefully not too much money, but you know, a little glitz and glam. Because again, I'm on a budget, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. I'm so sorry, I was gonna talk about it today, but I really do have to go to work. I can only spend so much money on beauty and grooming, and so hopefully this will cost me no more than $100. Finishing touch, we're doing Charisma Eau de Parfum for her. I think this is actually the Aura Fragrances brand. It smells like maple, caramel, sugar cookie. It's amazing. Perfect for Christmas. So I'm just gonna put that on the most, that is a genuine reaction, guys. Like, this smells amazing. If you can go to Aura Fragrances in Toronto, they have a location, Albion Mall, I think Mississauga or Brampton, and I think Scarborough as well, but they also have online. Get this. Let's go do my final shift at my retail job and then come back and get into my content bag. I'll see you later.